have safety Anthony Wilson. Questions for Anthony? Greg?
So, Anthony, start with, finally, well, I don't say finally, but your second year here, what, fifth, sixth year in college? How many years have you been? Fifth?
5 years.
5, so do you feel more comfortable here now that you got yet last year under your belt and you understand the defense more?
Yes, sir. I definitely feel way more comfortable, coming into my second year here at WVU.
How so? Explain what that helps with having an understanding and being comfortable.
Just being even a better leader and just being able to help guys that may not understand certain things in our scheme and just allowing guys, to play faster.
You got what, 4 transfers in the secondary that have come in this spring? Since you just transferred last year, are you able to kind of put them on the fast track to, this is how we do things, this is how we practice, that kind of stuff?
Yeah, we do a good job of meeting together and talking through things and things they may not understand, just getting them, catching them up to speed on how we do things here and the terminology and the scheme.
You mentioned terminology and the scheme and all that. What's the most difficult thing? Is it making friends? Is it being comfortable in the locker room? Is it knowing when to talk, when not to talk? What are the things that you have to deal with as a first guy, your guy?
Really just gelling with the locker room, because I feel like that's the most important thing, with a team. The stronger the locker room, the stronger the bonds are in the locker room, the better your team is going to be. So I definitely say just coming in and everybody gelling together.
When did you feel like you could speak your mind and to tell people, hey, this is, obviously you have to feel people out and learn them. When did that come for you?
Towards like the middle of the season, last year I just really started to settle in, and I just, became way more comfortable.
Was there a big, oh, go ahead.
I was going to say, so with 4 new guys, is it kind of like the first day of class where, you're shaking hands and introducing and you just got to try and make fast friends with them all?
Well, it was good that they were able to come in, in January, so that way we were able to, hang out and, learn each other. So, that way on the field it's not like we're just playing with each other for the first time or, talking to each other for the first time.
In January is probably more downtime, so you actually got to get to know them more.
Yeah, hang out and stuff like that.
Talk about operationally. It's different because you had multiple coaches back there. Now you got one guy running the secondary, and I know they talk about communication, being all in the same. Talk about that a little bit. How is it different?
Well, of course, last year we met safeties and corners separately, and now we're all together. But I feel like that's no issue. I feel like it's a plus because we're all in the same room, looking at the same, film at the same time, and we're getting coached the same thing. So there's no miscommunication or anything like that because we're hearing the same language. So I feel like it's a good thing.
Was there some miscommunication last year?
No, I'm just saying that.
General?
Yeah, just in general.
Moving up, and I don't want to say the Sun Belt was a bad league by any stretch, but moving up to Power 5 conference, did you notice a difference in talent level? How was it different?
Really, not too much of a difference because at the end of the day, Division I football is Division I football, and but the main thing I'll say is, of course, like the atmosphere, resources, and just the different technology that the bigger schools may have.
About practicing. I know there were a couple instances last year when you took out, wanted to make a big hit when they're like, we need to take care of our guys. How about that? How was learning to practice the way they want you to practice here?
It's definitely an adjustment. Just coming in, learning. Me last year coming in, learning how they, did things here as opposed to at my previous school. So it's definitely an adjustment, but I got it now.
Are you cross-training at all this spring?
I'm learning the cat and free safety. So.
You mentioned the difference of, some of the equipment or some of the things that you have here that you didn't have there. What are a couple of those that you really appreciate now that maybe you didn't have at your previous school?
Like the cryotherapy we have for recovery, all the technology recovery that we have down in the weight room, like the light beds. At my old school, we had to, if you want to cry, you had to go to somewhere where they had the cryo tanks or anything like that. So it's definitely something I'm appreciative of.
Getting in that thing looks a little intimidating.
Yeah, it is, but the end result is you feeling good afterwards, so it's worth it.
What's different about you this year as opposed to this time last year?
Like I said in the beginning, I'm way more comfortable, and I just feel like now I'm just, instead of thinking, I'm just playing ball, and yeah, that's what I came here to do.
Have you become a little closer, I imagine, working more directly with Shadon? What has that been like, and can you kind of take us through your relationship with him as to maybe where it was a year ago today?
Yeah, of course, Coach Shadon, he coached the corners primarily last year, and so there wasn't much coaching with as far as Coach Shadon and coaching the safeties. But now, just learning under Coach Shadon, and I feel like it's going to help me and help us as a secondary, because he teaching us different techniques and the details of playing different coverages and everything like that. So I feel like it's going to be a big plus for us this upcoming season.
Depending upon how you count them, I think it's 5 or 6 starters back from your defense, something like that.
Yeah, I believe so.
What's the identity of this defense going to be, you think, and how is it going to be different, or is it going to be any different than last year's?
I feel like this year, we're going to run and we're going to hit, and we got guys that can run, of course, guys that can be physical, guys that can cover. So all around, I feel like we're going to be better than we were last year.
It seems like running and hitting is your favorite way to play.
Yeah.
So just how much, I'm sure you were in the portal, you talked to coaches, but to come into a scheme that lets you play how you want and what you're good at, how big was that?
Oh, that was a huge plus. At the end of the day, when you're trying to find a home, you want to find somewhere where they fit your strengths. So, being here, I felt like was the best decision for me coming out of the portal.
Ask Sean, I'll ask you, put you on the spot a little bit. Give us a name or two of some guys that really jumped out at you, or some people that maybe we're not aware of or the fans aren't aware of that are going to really make a jump and do well this year.
Guys from last year?
From the team right now, what you're seeing right now when you're out there in practice, who are some guys that are really jumping out and saying, whoa, they're ready to make a big jump?
I would say, for one, starting off a freshman, Zay Jennings. He plays safety. He's a guy that, he's gonna run. He's gonna hit you. Like he's gonna put his face on you. And then I say Jordan Jackson, corner, redshirt freshman from last year. He's been making a lot of plays, so I think he's gonna have a great year this year.
Those are guys that play with you. How about against you? Who are some of the guys you're defending out there that you handful for you so far?
The new transfer receiver we have from Oklahoma State, he's been doing some good things. And offensively, another offensive player, I'll say Hudson Clement. He's been doing some good things as well. So.
Players know players, right?
Yeah.
Can you tell the Jackson twins apart? Do they look that much alike, or can you separate them?
Nah, they look kind of alike, so it's kind of hard. So, I just be having to guess half the time, but.
As long as they get the number on your.
Yeah.
It's like having 2 of them out there, right?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Which one is it?
Yeah.
Okay, thanks, Anthony.
Thank you.